Hey, everybody, it's your brother Vansilk, representing my man Needleman them store down in Baltimore, Maryland. Set it off. Check this out. So it's been like one of those days. 2 days ago, I took a PET scan. They shot iodine in my body with radiation, to see where my cancer was at. So, basically just to keep you updated, because a lot of people been calling me today, they found some spots on my liver. But meanwhile, I'm going forward to pull through with this. But let's check this out right now, because Vansilk always fought for his hip-hop family, our generation. This is a message to all my brothers and sisters. We don't need nobody to create our content. Because for years, and I'm going to be real honest with a lot of y'all, you got people that always come up to trying to find a way to make money off the first generation. But some of these are the same people who blacklisted the first generation. And I know for sure where there was times when the whole Sugar Hill record label fell off and fell through, the Funky Four, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, the Crash Crew, even the Cold Crush Brothers, Grandmaster Fantastic Five, Treacherous 3, Fearless 4, those groups could have got signed to other labels. And they had labels like Next Plateau, Select, Jive Records, all these labels. But there was word going around from certain people, don't sign these groups. And see, I don't like calling out people's names, but if y'all know how to do a puzzle and put a puzzle together, then you can figure out what's going on. And it's sad that people want to come around now and hit pioneers up and trying to make money off of them, because that's the only way they can make money. And for those who do it, God bless you. But like I always been telling y'all, everything that I've done project-wise, from Rapamania to Sisters Name of Rap, Rapamania was basically independent money. Sisters Name of Rap was done with John Shear and Polygram. When I did compilation albums and put, Fearless and Houdini and Curtis and Furious 5 and all up on those albums through RCA, Kumo D and them, that was something that I could have just had one artist to do, but I wanted to share it. And I always wanted to share with the artists. I was trying to teach artists how to do magazines, your own magazine, your own collector's item, your own collector's edition. I was trying to show artists how to do your own documentary, professionally looking, not half-ass looking. I was trying to show you how to maintain your content and your photos and everything. But it all comes down to, you don't need to take money from nobody to do your project. I would help you with the right people. Put your project together. And it always could be licensed to a Netflix. You can get it on Amazon Prime. There's A&E. There's many channels. But y'all just figure y'all have to have money to do your project. First of all, many of these people don't believe in none of y'all. Second of all, there was a big thing going on back in the day between the Bronx and Queens and all that. But at the end of the day, we open, and I'm going to say we, certain people open our hands and open our doors. And all they did was shit right back on us. And it's sad that these same vultures with the same skin color as us is trying to manipulate certain people. And it's sad, because they don't really have the power to do the blackballing no more. When I see Scorpio out here doing his own vodka, ain't nobody from the industry doing that. When I seen MrBiggs do his own wine, ain't nobody from the industry came to him to do that. When I did my own magazine, Titanium Girls, ain't nobody came to me to do it. I did that. Just like K-Slate does his own magazine. K-Slate does his own videos. My man does his own documentaries. We could do the same thing. But see, instead of us being a collective group and trying to do a documentary, everybody want to try to do their own story. First of all, you don't even have the power to sell it. You don't even know who to distribute it to. You don't even have a platform. So instead of us getting together as a collective unit and say, let's take 10 groups and let's do a documentary. And everybody put the money in and we get a real camera crew, a real editing team, and we put a real story behind it and a synopsis, there's plenty of people that will pick it up. But we just still thinking, boom, oh, I need HBO. Or it's been many times, Years ago when BT used to be BT honors and everybody just, and they had certain groups come on. Hey, listen, man, that was pure fuckery. Because first of all, the groups that they was honoring didn't perform because a lot of them felt, oh, these groups were old. I heard of meetings in situations where they wanted to honor Kool Herc. And some people said the people in a different generation didn't want to pay him. They were like, fuck him. And I'm not using that as Herc as a pawn. It's just that's how it is. And if we can't stand on our own 2 feet, because we don't need nobody to do anything. Now, a lot of y'all is trying to do your own project, but man, it gotta be like really done right. It can't be no half-ass shit. Your graphics gotta be up to part. Everything has to be on point. You can't just sit up here and trying to cut corners because you're not gonna win. It's not gonna get looked at. I have the connections to get stuff put in project situations, but I ain't gonna just present any old project or anything that look half-assed because it don't work that way. If you can't get $4,000 or $5,000 and put together your own documentary, because it don't take a lot to do shit today in today's technology. It don't take a lot of money. Stop looking for the money up front and own your own projects. Maybe you get more respected. I respect Mr. Wave and what he's doing documentary-wise and putting stuff together, and then he get enough of them together, he can get a deal if the people are interested. But you just can't start off big. Start off with 30-minute situations, like what me and K. Slay was trying to do, What's the Science, and interviewing people, and he made it more like a 30-minute unsung. But the thing is, like Chuck D. Van, a lot of them just don't get it. They don't understand. Because we're not part, or maybe a lot of y'all not really part of the music industry. You're part of the old hip-hop industry. Because ain't nobody at none of these record labels, ain't none of the radio stations, ain't none of these big-time promoters are knocking on your doors to do nothing. The only people I can say that really worked from the first generation is the Sugar Hill Gang with Melly Mel and Scorpio, because Scorpio books all the shows. Overseas festival, him and Hen Dog. Curtis Blow works. And he has things that he do, even though he has been unhealthy with his heart, but he still has things that come in for dates. Soulsonic gets dates because of the record Planet Rock. Kumo D works because of the records he had as a solo. So he get to work with the King, Rakims, Chaos Wonder, Houdinis, in that lineup, and the Dougie Fresh, the EPMDs. But when it comes to a lot of the groups that came up, that are either they're not together, or there's one member in the group, or if you got new stuff, and promoters today who are probably 35 or 40, they're not trying to purchase those type of packages. It ain't gonna happen. You got to have a popular record. Now I'm gonna make a suggestion to y'all. Cause a lot of y'all got egos running around here thinking like, you're hot as a firecracker, and you're not. If you really want to do a 3-part hour documentary, and I'm gonna call off names of people in groups. Like you get the L Brothers, you go grab Coco Rock, you go grab Clark Kent, you grab whoever from the Funky Four that want to speak, whoever from the Cold Crush that want to speak, you go grab pertinent people, and we can put together a 2 or 3 hour documentary. Don't worry about the photos, don't worry about the images, because we know how to acquire that. Don't worry about the flyers and Polaroid. Trust me, there's a whole stash of that sitting over here in this camp over here. So if you feel that you want to do something content-wise, or if you want me to show you how to protect your legacy, your content, anything, because there's a lot of snakes out here right now trying to use you, because you can wave a few dollars in some of your hands and y'all take it because you need it, because a lot of y'all been on the struggling end in this industry. And then those who were smart over the years to had a job and still do this and retire and still do this and understand that was this hip hop that I did early on. It became secondary. I respect that. But man, you just can't go and do a documentary that look like a piece of shit. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not gonna sit up here and even front. If you send it to me, I'm like, yo, my man, that shit is garbage. It's a bad representation. Everything we got to do from the way we look. I don't like coming on the camera if I don't shave, iron my shirt, no matter what. You gotta look good no matter how old you are. Otherwise, nobody wanna give you no money. I still got flaws that I gotta work on. I'm not happy with the flaws. I'm 63 years old. So on this note, if anybody wanna know about content, how to preserve your legacy, how to put the situation together, how to put together a collector's edition magazine, all that, I'll show you. Inbox me and let's make it happen. It's your brother Ralph Barilla, aka Vansilk, because I'm doing what I gotta do, trust me. But I'm not gonna sit up here and let other people want to take advantage of you, and then you just get something that's gonna last you a couple weeks, where you could get something that can last you the rest of your life and pass it on down to your kids and your grandkids. Okay? Stop acting like this, like y'all ain't been around this since the 70s and all y'all went through with all the labels that y'all all said jerk you, but for the last 35, 40 years, none of y'all really did nothing to say, hey, I did this book. Now some of y'all written books, but y'all ain't none of y'all haven't done nothing because you're still looking for that, oh, I need to get in the studio, man. Listen, man, let's keep it real. Let's really keep it real. If you can't figure out how to do it, then ask somebody. When I look at Angel Speedy Cologne in the studio cutting tracks for y'all and trying to help y'all, man, I hope some of y'all are really hitting the brother off, because that's his studio. He has to buy the equipment. Come on. We got to stop this shit. Because if I want to put a flyer book together right now of 300 pages of flyers and tell stories to I can. If I want to put together a whole hip-hop gallery of photos from 76 to 86, I can. But y'all got to want to do it too. Y'all get in front of the camera and speak to everybody else. Instead of saying, you know what, man, why can't we get together and do our own thing? That's what I'm talking about. You don't need nobody to pop up in your life now that sat here and blacklisted y'all and blackballed y'all and shitted on all of us, including me, back in the day. It's your brother Ralph Barilla, aka Vansilk. I gotta go before a snake crawl out here. Cause we got this little black snake that like to crawl out here late at night, bugs and shit. Bye. Peace.